With the holiday season just around the corner, it's a time of year where everyone is out eagerly shopping, trying to get the best deals and discounts. As exciting as Black Friday and Christmas shopping as a whole may be, it can also be very stressful and expensive, and we never really think about what it's like to be behind the scenes dealing with mixed emotion customers. You're listening to Fresno State Focus, Radio Edition. I'm Cassadie Lopez, and I have here with me employees from all around Fresno to tell you what it is like dealing with the general public during this time of year. We will start with Jasmine Perez. So Jasmine, tell us, what are common remarks customers make that you are told while working?
Well, lately we've been going through our remodel, and so they all say like they hate the store, they wish they didn't come to this one, or they give a lot of bad negativity towards it. It's hard hearing that when we take pride in our store, and so we do our best to try to help them out, but when they have like a lot of negativity towards it.
Well, Stephanie Hernandez, you work with Jasmine. Are you getting the same kind of remarks as Jasmine?
Well, right now during our remodel, because we just remodeled the whole store from the top to the bottom to actual flooring, the guests have been, some are really, understanding. Some are really upset. Well, why did you move this? I used to always come in and it was right over there, and now it's clear across the store. Now I got to walk all the way over there, and that's an issue that we're having right now in our store particularly.
Well, hopefully as your customers continue to keep shopping, they will get the feel of where everything will be from here on out. But let's hear from someone whose store isn't being remodeled right now. Shane Knight, what would you say about the customer remarks you get told in your store?
A lot of the remarks, it's actually compliments. Basically, people understand that you're working with people all day. They understand that you're here to help them. But you always get that one customer that's like, man, I've been waiting here for 30 minutes. And it's like, sir, I just saw you walk up, That is the number one remark that's always going to stick in my mind is I've been waiting here for 30 minutes. It's always the go-to.
Okay, I'm sorry I had to laugh. I've experienced that as well. It's just funny how a minute can turn into 30 minutes because of impatience. But that leads me into my next question. Let's start with the manager on this one. Omar Durante, what is one of your worst encounterments you have had with helping a customer?
Just recently, I guess, I told an associate to go to customer service to go relieve someone for break, and that associate was ringing up somebody, told him to come over, and then she told him, I can't ring you up right now. And then I had to go over there and, explain what happened and, just basically tell the customers, started misunderstanding. She should have took you, instead of pushing you back again to the line. Mm-hmm. So he got mad and, he wanted to call corporate and stuff like that. So, because we're not good managers or we're not managing the team right, and they don't.
What about you, Jasmine? What is one of your worst encounterments you have had with a customer?
Up front, I had a guest throw all their money in my face because they went to self-checkout and they received all fives for change for $100. And he came up to me and threw it in my face and said, "Give me 20s." And of course, I had to handle that with the utmost respect, and that did not go very well.
Well, at least you handled it maturely, because when it comes to person versus person, two negatives do not make a positive. But Shane, have you had any bad encounterments with customers?
Being called racist because I wouldn't sell a TV for a cheaper price to one lady specifically. And she called my corporate on me and actually held the cell phone and had it on speaker and called corporate and was screaming at me while corporate was on the other side of the phone calling me racist and everything, when all it was like I was mentioning earlier, was that there's two different prices on the shelf for specific TVs, and she said this one was an inch to the right, so it should have been that price. And she said that she saw me sell that same exact TV to multiple white people for that price and not to her because she was a black woman. And I was like, ma'am, this is not any racism, it's not discrimination. I'm selling this same TV for the same price to everybody.
I have to make note on that. That has been happening quite often. We see it all over social media of people posting videos, whether it be customer on customer or customer on employee. And I think our anger gets the best of us. And things can really get out of hand. So with that being said, Stephanie, how do you feel on the customer is always right rule?
I'm totally for it, because I have to think of myself as a guest or a customer as well. Like if I see a package that's opened, I'm not going to want that package because it's open. People have been wanting, people have been through it and looking at it. So I would want, the other package that's not opened. And like if there's a price that's wrong, but when you scan it, it's a different price. I would want the price that's on there because the customer is always right. So I'm totally for it because I'm a customer as well.
That's a great way to look at it. Omar, from a manager point of view, how do you feel about the customer is always right?
I don't think they're always right, but it's something we have to go by, to keep the store running. And if it's not for the customers, that we don't get a paycheck, and they don't come to the store to, shop. But they're not always right, but we just have to accommodate them.
So, for the most part, customers are always right. But as a customer, let's not abuse that right. But to wrap up the segment, each of you in a couple of words describe customer service from an employee point of view.
Guests feel very entitled. To a certain degree, I think they forget we're humans most of the time, and we get a lot of blame for everything that we don't have any control over.
Okay.
Honorary and entitled.
Well, in a sense, they can be a little entitled, but at the same time, we are offering a service. So we have to keep that in mind. When they come here, they want it to go their way because they are investing money in. It's not so much as being entitled, it's so much as, I'm paying money for this, and I hope that it's a smooth experience all the way around. I hope my product is okay. I hope the customer service is okay. I hope somebody helps me take it out to my car, stuff like that. So I would just say that they're needy, but not in a bad way.
If it's around a certain holiday, like maybe a day before, they're wanting like Halloween t-shirts, and it's Halloween tomorrow, and everyone's looking for Halloween t-shirts when we've had them for 2 months, and they come at the very end. So like the last minute shoppers.
Well, I want to thank each of you for joining me today and giving us some insight on what it is like to be an employee dealing with customers. But keep in mind, customers, that employees are doing their best to make sure your shopping experience meets your expectations. So stay understanding and remain calm. Treat others how you want to be treated. This is Cassadie Lopez, and you're listening to Fresno State Focus Radio Edition. Have a wonderful morning.